Dear students, I'm Vidya Shetty, your social science teacher. I welcome you all for the second session for the second chapter, sociology, that is social stratification. In the first session of this chapter, we have studied about what do you mean by social stratification, what are the qualities according to which there is social inequality, and we did discuss about education and inequality, gender inequality, and we have drawn the conclusion at the end that all this, basis of all this, the method of dividing people into different strata and then assigning different roles and status in the society is called as social stratification. In this class, let us understand what are the features of social stratification, one of the important questions, and what are the major forms of social stratification. Social stratification is in social in nature. It is mainly, we can see that here each and every one should have undergone this process in one or the other way. For example, a person's status is not fixed on the physical trait like height, beauty, strength. It is based on his education, income, profession, the job that what he do, skill and other social traits. So each and every person should or must have been undergone this process. Next feature is social stratification is universal. It is there everywhere, not only in India, it is there everywhere. So starting from wherever human society exists, social stratification based on the division of labor, profession, income and other social traits. So we have to understand that it's not only in India, everywhere. Here I can give you the example of mainly in South Africa what happened. Nelson Mandela, because of apartheid, the blacks and the whites how they did treat the black, and racial discrimination. Depending upon that, many of the rights they were denied of many of the rights. They did not given the we can say that moreover they have not given the right to live, the human right, and a lot of problems on their part. So we could see all these problems what we have seen that in our nation also, but in the other way. So that is the racism, racial discrimination, apartheid, that is, and Nelson Mandela's role in this regard. How did he fight against this? Next, we are going to see the next feature. Social stratification is ancient. It not started in the present days or in the modern era. It is from the ancient time, from our primitive days. The social stratification exists from the birth of the human society. So we all know that the nomadic life, the primitive society, from those days itself, it had its mark. Social stratification is found in the nomadic society as well as the modern civilized society. We do call ourselves that we are the civilized people. We do have the refined mannerisms, but we do till date we do see all these problems or the social stratification in the modern civilized society also. Next feature we do have, that is social stratification exists in different ways. So in different countries, it has got its own ways through which it is going to have its mark. In India, we do have the 4 groups of people like Brahmanas, what we do see, Yes, through different forms through which we can see here in different ways, depending upon the Varna system: Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. Here, let's go to in detail later while discussing about the next topic, untouchability. Now let's go to the different major forms of social stratification. That is, they have differences in structure and nature. From the ancient world till the modern world, what and all the major forms of social stratification. One is primitive society. Just now I said it's not started in the present days or in the modern era. In the digital world, it was there still, or it started from the primitive days, from the nomadic life, through which, as we all know that, till the civilized society, the settled life, the civilization started, till now what we do see that. And the other forms, slavery, just now I said, how the Africans were sold as slaves in America and what kind of life they had, and the discrimination and the apartheid, the racial discrimination, the fight, especially by the great persona, the Nelson Mandela, and what we could see here, see in the primitive society, what we could see here, the people had their life and they also did suffer because of social stratification. It may be gender bias, girl and the boy, maybe a lot of differences. And slavery, as I told you just now, the kind of life they had, very difficult to lead their life, normal life. And the human right to have the right to live with dignity, it was not there. And at the same time, how they were treated by the whites. And the estate system or the estate societies, here this is one of the form that we could see, we did see in European countries. Must have been studied in 9th standard. We have studied about this feudal system, feudalism. The upper strata, king, tenants in chief, and the knights or the lords are in the lower strata, that is peasants or the agriculturists. So there were a lot of, we can say that the lower strata of people, they have suffered under the high or the superior class of people or the superiors. Next, Varna system, what we do see from the Vedic age, depending upon the, you can say that the karma, or it is based on the karma theory, the profession what they used to do. There was a social division. 4 Varna system: Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and the Shudras. From the Varna system was present in the modern society. It is believed that it started during the, of course, as I told you, from the Vedic era. And they, let's see, these group of people, or we can say that different strata, what they were used to do. The Brahmanas, they were considered as more knowledgeable, very intelligent people. Yes. And they were considered as in the higher strata, we can say that, like superiors. Next, the Kshatriyas, they were the warriors, kings, and they were providing security to the people. Of course, we can say that they used to wage wars and all. They used to provide safety to the people. And Vaishyas were agriculturists and they were doing business. They were into trading business or trading process. And during that time, the lower strata or in the lower class were the Shudras. They were at the lower level and they used to do the manual work. So, seeing all the strata of people, they all used to engage themselves in the karma or the job that was they were into. Based on that a social division was done. So, all these people, they belong to these 4 groups, are expected to perform their respective roles. The 5th class, the fifth group which were considered as untouchables. So, Brahmins, priests, doing pujas, academics, great intelligent people, and Kshatriyas, rulers, administrators, warriors, Vaishyas, artisans, creative they were, tradesmen, farmers, merchants, Shudras, manual laborers, and the Dalits, we used to call them as the untouchables or the street cleaners. And we could see they were the most sufferers. They were not given any opportunities. What kind of life children they used to live? Not all the people, they were hesitating to touch them. They were not given the independence to have their normal life, denial of property rights, denial of education. They were not allowed to touch the public wells to draw the water from that, and they were not allowing to, we can say that, to get the proper education. So we could see they were the most sufferers. They did not give the proper education also to get. As we have to remember here, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, as we all know that, he always used to say that an analysis of why a group of people stayed outside the village, whether they came from outside or were pushed outside, provides an answer to the birth and practice of untouchability. So what he was telling, that was a proof through which we can make out that untouchability was persisted or present during that time. And Gandhiji used to say, he always used to condemn this untouchability is a heinous expression of caste system. This is a leprosy attached to Hindu skin. Ambedkar's fight to address this issue of untouchability is a notable one. So what we could see, the untouchables were not considered as humans. They were considered as the outcast. The practice of untouchability as its beginning in the Varna system. Keep that in your mind, and what and all the problems that they used to have, or you can say that faced the British government through its India Government Act 1935. What we could see, the different acts passed by the Britishers had, when they had their rule, classified the untouchables and tribal people as scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. What we do see now, SC and STs, we have to salute the architect of the Indian Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, that because of his contribution, what we could see, that they did get the dignity and they got so many opportunities in many of the fields, as especially they were the denial of property rights, also political participation. They did not allow to have they did not have the right to vote and to have their affairs or their role in the governmental affairs. Everything was curbed. They did not have that opportunity. So we have to remember here Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, his contribution in this regard. And we could see in the image here, what we could see here, a person from far, he or she is hesitating to touch the untouchables. So in this manner, they were not considered as human, and the dignity was not given to them. The values were not upheld during the time. So in the other class, we are going to study about the problems of untouchability. As I told you just now, we will go into, I'll go into detail on all these topics and what and all the legal measures to eradicate untouchability. Children, so today we did discuss about what are the features of social stratification and what are the major forms of social stratification, and what do you mean by, or how we can say that untouchability is social evil. That in the further classes I will deal all these topics. Thank you, children.